She was a quiet one as we were growing up. I mean, early on, before all these kids kept coming and coming and coming. She was quiet. She'd like to go to her room and read because all these kids kept showing up, in this household. And I remember the last time with Rock, we were in the house on Drexel, and what are you gonna fix? Okay. Anyway, we're sitting around the kitchen breakfast talk, and it was a Saturday afternoon, and the Tigers were playing baseball, so we're listening. Mom was in the hospital about to have a baby, Rock, and so it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're all just sitting around waiting to hear from Dad, because as time went on, kid after kid, these surviving kids, the earlier kids, would say, "Oh, really? Another one? Really? Another one?" Anyway, so this is the last one. And thank the Lord. Anyway, so we're sitting around the kitchen table and a breakfast nook, and in this breakfast nook, 7 kids and a mom and a dad, they're at the end. And so if anybody has to get out and use the restroom in the middle of the meal, you have to crawl under. That's how that went. But anyway, here we are sitting there 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and his dad called to say, we have a boy. Rocky Calavito made a home run. That's how Rocky, and it's been Rock ever since. I don't care who calls him Brian, other than Mom. His name is Rock. Anyway, and it's been all these 60 whatever years.
Almost 64.
Yeah, there you go. But one other thing, and again, Susie was early on. She was with all these other kids. She would go to her room, try to get away from a lot of them, and she would read a lot. And Mom and Dad would want her to babysit, but they didn't go out much because you gotta get 7 kids. Can't go too far. So as time went on, I graduated from high school, and it was '66 when I graduated, and Susie was in San Francisco at the time, nurse. Okay, and so I thought, well, gosh, wouldn't this be a good time to visit my sister? She was 24, and I'm thinking, oh, she'll love having me. Well, anyway, I go out and visit her with one of my friends. I'm sure she thought, really? I went all this way to San Francisco, and here comes this idiot. Anyway, so I get there, and so she had just bought a brand new green, like a army green Mustang. Just her first car she bought. And she was had to work, and she lived with some girls and nurses. And I said, could I borrow your car? And she said, yes.
Oh.
And so Sandy and I, in San Francisco, drove her car down Lombard. Curvy street in San Francisco.
In her car?
In her brand new car. And it was a 6 shift. And I was going to drive a 6 shift. She didn't know she was at work. So we get back, it didn't hurt anything. And anyway, so I told her that where we had been, and she really let me get in her car again. I think she sent me out to the airport to get the hell out of here. But anyway, that was Susie. She'd give you anything. So she was a good one.
Mm-hmm.